Let's take a look at the latest between Chris Christie and the failed, twice indicted, twice impeached former president Donald Trump. As you may remember, Donald Trump attacked Chris Christie for his weight. Listen, Chris Christie is obese. There's no question about it. But as I said at the time, several weeks ago, Donald Trump is also obese. And one of the real signs of a cult leader, as is Donald Trump, is that a cult leader can criticize others for things that they themselves could be criticized for. And their followers don't care about the double standard. They don't care about the person in a glass house throwing stones or the pot calling the kettle black or whatever phrase you want to use. Here is Chris Christie asked on Fox about the fact that Trump goes after him for his weight. And Chris Christie points out Trump's fat. Trump's also fat.
Once Trump started hitting back at you on a number of fronts, he took aim at your weight. What was your reaction to that?
Oh, well, like he's some Adonis? I mean, please. Look, Howie, there are tens of millions of Americans out in your audience watching right now who, like me, have struggled with their weight.
True.
I continue to struggle. I continue to try to do better. And so do they. And what's that got to do with my competence for office? I ran the governorship of New Jersey for 8 years, I think in a very energetic, successful way. Responded to Hurricane Sandy, working 20 hours a day for weeks. I don't know what his point is. You know what it is? It's like a child. It's a bully on the schoolyard who teases you and makes fun of you. But here's my message to him. I don't care what he says about me, and I don't care what he thinks about me. And he should take a look in the mirror every once in a while. Maybe he dropped the weight thing off of his list of criticisms.
Yeah. So Chris Christie is completely correct, of course. You might remember that at one point, Donald Trump published this totally corrosive troth to Troth Central, where Trump said, quote, "How many times did Chris Christie use the word small? Does he have a psychological problem with size?" Actually, his speech was small and not very good. Okay, he goes on. He also posted this photoshopped meme from Chris Christie's campaign opener town hall, where it looks like Christie is at a buffet of some kind, holding like a massive plate of food. And there's a million other examples of this. Trump's obese, okay? Remember that Trump claimed, with the help of Dr. Ronnie Jackson, to weigh 239 and be 6'3" tall. We know that Trump is not 6 feet 3 inches tall. When you see him standing next to Tom Brady, for example, or you see him standing next to Barack Obama, you realize that Trump is very much not 6'3". Just being shorter than 6'3" alone would make him obese. Also, nobody believes he weighs 239. Somewhere in the 260, 270 range seems to make a lot more sense. So Trump is obese. But the point here is, this is what cult leaders get away with. The cult followers allow you to criticize others for things that are also characteristics about you. Chris Christie is right to point out to the Fox News audience, Trump is also fat. Now, sure, Chris Christie is more visibly obese than Trump. There's no doubt about it. But the point I think would be best made here is to turn this into a losing argument. Instead of saying anything else, say, okay, yeah, I'm overweight, so's Trump, so are tens of millions of Americans. Is this really the issue that we have facing us? Now, we'll talk about how Chris Christie's polling has improved, and it has improved, but is it really going anywhere viable? We don't really know the answer to that. We'll see what the reaction is to this latest commentary from Chris Christie. But Chris Christie is right, Trump's obese. Think of your most personal emails. If you're using a free email provider, you should know that they're scanning every email you send and receive, even after you delete it. They're usually using the data to build a picture of your life to show you ads, which many find creepy. Our sponsor, StartMail, never scans or tracks your emails. Privacy is what comes first. And unlike other email services, when you delete an email in StartMail, it is gone forever. It also protects your data by blocking tracking pixels in emails, which companies and hackers can use to track you. You can create unlimited email aliases to protect your identity and cut down on spam. You can encrypt every email you send, even if the recipient isn't using encryption. StartMail gives you 20 gigs of storage. That's more than you get on Gmail. And it only takes a few clicks to migrate all of your emails and contacts over to StartMail. Go to startmail.com/Pacman To get 50% off your first year, that's only about $2 a month. The link is down below.